Standing with me today, we have Assistant District Attorney Jen Rhodes, Chief Investigator Michelle Wagner, and Investigator Mark Spurgeon. They're part of the team that worked to come to a decision in the Old Town Arvada shooting from this summer. I appreciate the media for coming out today. This has been an event that really impacted our community, and it's important for everyone to know that we will not be filing charges against the officer who shot the Good Samaritan, John Hurley, that day in June.
There it is. There it is. The unfortunate answer, which I was dreading the entire way, but that was Alexis King, the District Attorney for Jefferson County, District 1, here in Arvada, in Colorado. And she goes into a full, extensive 14-minute report regarding how they will not be pressing charges against the officer who murdered my friend, Johnny Hurley. Welcome back, freedom fighters, here on Break the Chains Media. Today is November 9th, 2021, and I'm your host, Corey, getting some Tyranny Response Tuesday in your face, because let me tell you, this is some abject tyranny right here, if I do in fact say so myself. We're going to be going over the report that the DA, Alexis King, released, and we're going to look into the information in how they came to the conclusion that the officer was justified in his actions to shoot a Good Samaritan with a concealed carry who killed and took out the shooter in Arvada and the gunman who could have killed endless lives, but Johnny stopped him dead in his tracks. And that officer is named in these reports, and we will go into all the details, and we will also talk about how you, as citizens, and how people that love the Second Amendment, people that support these kind of actions and want to see police held accountable for their actions, running around and doing these things and making abject decisions. The officer didn't even make a call out to Johnny, okay? How you can get involved in our movements to shed light on this, to hold them accountable. And we are starting a foundation, the Friends of Johnny Hurley Foundation, and we will be working with multiple different community outreach programs and stuff like that to build fundraisers and donations and lots of things. Lots of things are in the works. But if this is the first time checking out Break the Chains Media, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. This is a little bit of a personal video, specific to Arvada, specific to my work as an activist. I've known Johnny for 15 years, so it's a little different than the geopolitical world news that I normally do, but it's very important all the same. So I'm on BitChute Minds, Telegram, t.me/breakthechainsmedia. I'm also part of a group, my originating group, We Are Change Colorado. I've been with them since 2008, right around there. That's when I met Johnny, and we did lots of good actions together, lots of good movements, spoke the truth, spoke about freedom, love, liberty, all the good things, and I will not let this go. I will not stand down. I will not back down. We'll look into the investigation that they have. They have an overview shot. They have a breakdown of what went down that day, and lots of still unanswered questions, and they haven't released the footage, okay? They haven't released the entire footage of what they claim is the evidence, and in the video here, they do state that they identified the shooter, the suspect, in an all-black, wearing a fisherman's hat and a ski mask with an AR-style weapon, and then they mention that Johnny Hurley, or they don't mention him by name, but a man in a red shirt was shot. Why then, if you've identified the shooter wearing black, why then would an officer shoot someone in a red shirt? They say in the evidence, in the description, they say that Johnny was holding and manipulating the AR-style weapon while simultaneously holding a sidearm or a pistol at the same time. And there's still so much to go into it, and not to mention the fact of that they don't speak about medical aid rendered or what happened after Johnny was shot? What did they do to try to I mean, I'm sure Johnny could have said something. Hey, like like in those moments, I don't know, it was 3 minutes. It's happened so fast, and I understand that it's difficult to discern all this, but we still have unanswered questions, and there's still lots of gray areas going on with this. And I personally feel like the DA and this whole smoke screen, it's all a smoke screen to cover their own asses. To be honest, to be frank, and to be honest, and we've been asking for the footage for a long time now, and I know the family's extremely upset. I'm sure they are. I don't know for a fact, but I can only imagine, without having the officer being charged. And I'm not asking for the officer to get life in prison. I just want him to be held accountable, okay? And this officer, 6 years on the force, and he just didn't even have a call out. He didn't say stop, drop your weapon, hands up, don't, like anything. They just shot. He just shot him after they already identified the shooter as wearing a red. They're claiming that they could have been multiple shooters, and the fact that Johnny was apparently holding the AR style weapon. But we'll get into all that, folks. We're gonna check it all out now. Okay, so we're gonna look at the articles here. No charges to be filed against officer who killed Good Samaritan Old Town Arvada shooting. Okay, the Arvada officer Craig Brownlow was legally justified when he shot Johnny Hurley, who was armed, in June as police responded. Johnny had a concealed carry. He had his own sidearm. Okay, after Gordon Beasley was shot, Johnny ran out from the Army-Navy surplus across the way, and let's see here. The officers say that day they saw a mass shooter, heard many rounds of gunfire in broad daylight in Old Town Arvada. Brownlow is still employed by the department, but is now not working on patrol, Detective Dave Snelling said. So he's not on patrol. He's hopefully got a desk job for the rest of his career, because he shouldn't be out there with a firearm if he doesn't know how to properly use it. Investigators reviewed more than 3,200 photographs and 1,000 pages of reports from several police agencies that responded to the shooting. Why do other police agencies have reports responding? In those moments, the critical evidence is the video footage from the buildings around the area, from the eyewitness reports. Okay? Why are they looking at other stuff from other agencies that might not even have known information? One thing that became evident on our review, that John Hurley that day acted as a hero. See, they keep saying this narrative. They keep promoting that he did a very good thing, and he did. He was the reason why this mass shooting did not cause more loss of life. 100%. Okay? At about 1:30 on June 21st, 3 officers assigned to the community outreach team were stationed in a small office building north of the busy Old Town Square shopping district. They were finishing lunch when they heard a series of gunshots. Ron Troike, 59, who was the shooter, driving a pickup truck, pulled into a parking space, jumped out with a weapon, and began running toward Beasley. Officer Beasley shot Beasley with a shotgun. Brownlow had been employed with the department for 6 years, was standing with his weapon drawn near a door on the east side of the building, according to the district attorney's office. He watched Troike walk back toward the square while holding his rifle, but soon lost sight of him. Brownlow heard a third round of gunfire, but couldn't see Troyok. That round of gunfire must have been Johnny responding to the shooter. He couldn't see Troyok or anyone else firing a weapon. He then saw Hurley holding Troyok's rifle and a handgun, and it appeared as if Hurley was reloading the rifle or trying to fix something while holstering his pistol, the district attorney office said. That is in the report of the district attorney. We can pull it up. Okay? Brownlow saw glass shattered in window patrol truck's parking lot. He entered the door in the building. Held up his weapon and fired 3 rounds toward Hurley. Hurley was struck in the pelvis, according to an autopsy report cited in the district attorney's report of the shooting. One officer attended to Hurley while Brownlow and another officer searched for Troike, who was found in an adjacent alleyway. Okay, so they're just taking. And we're gonna look at another video segment of this. I think it's I want to say it's like right about here-ish. Right about here. Let's see what it said. Let's see what she says right here.
But he didn't get into it. Instead, The man with an AR-style rifle, dressed all in black, turned back towards the Old Town Arvada Square. All the officers, all three of them knew at that point that they needed to find a way to engage this masked gunman.
So they identified him.
One of them went to the west side of the building and saw that there were just folks streaming out of the square in a panic, away from this man in black. Second officer went to a window on the south-facing side of the building, planning to engage the shooter through the window, but he never appeared. The first officer on the west side couldn't get out the door, and then the final officer stayed at that east-facing door.
That was Brownlow.
And then another round of gunfire. Bang, 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 bang. The officers ran to that east door.
And we'll look at the overview.
And as they came
of the
around the
map.
corner, they knew that their third officer at that east door had shot a man in a red shirt, standing near the same place that they had seen the man in black. The man in the red shirt was carrying an AR-style rifle, and it was on the ground beside him.
Carrying it and on the ground beside him.
Working on a case like this
I'm
is
assuming after Johnny hit the ground, but it's just very, very strange that they're still holding. And you know what? To be fair and frank, you know, Johnny very well may have picked up the weapon only to disengage it, to take out the magazine, to make sure that it wasn't able to be used again. We don't know, because they haven't shown us the full video footage, and I know the video footage that they have could show every bit of that, because the video footage shows the exact angle in which they're speaking. So what we'll do is I will pull up this. This is the PDF. I will post this in Break the Chains Media chat. T.me/Break the Chains Media on Telegram, so everyone can read it statement by statement of the exact breakdown of this investigation. So, and she's basically, you know, Alexis King's basically reading all of this, right? She's actually reading it word for word, okay? There's photos here. Here's all the evidence, okay? And this is, let's find the spot where I try to, yeah, so she was reading here. Suddenly, a man with a red shirt stepped into Brownlow's view. The man was in red about 40 yards away, almost directly in front of Brownlow, with solid black Quest building behind him. The man in black was not visible. The man in red held a rifle and a handgun, and it looked like he was either reloading the rifle or trying to fix something while holstering his pistol. The man in red was looking at the square where Brownlow believed the other shots had been fired. Brownlow also saw glass shattered. Brownlow opened the east door and the hinges squeaked. It's like they're writing a fucking story. They gotta put all this adjectives and descripting words, right? Held the door with his right foot and he raised his firearm. He took aim, noted the safe brick backdrop that would avoid putting other people or property at risk. Then the man in red holding the rifle and handgun. Unlike the man in black, the man in red's focus on the firearm rendered him stationary, and Brownlow took that opportunity to fire 3 rounds, and the man fell to the ground. Brownlow aired shots fired on the radio. Cool. So Brownlow said that he shot him, but he didn't say drop your weapon. He didn't say hands up. He didn't do what anyone would ever think a police officer should do in that situation. But no, they just shoot first and ask questions later. And this is what happens. My friend, 15 years, dies. Murders. Get murdered. Okay? Here's the scene. Okay? This is the scene here. Let's see if we can zoom in. Okay? So this is where the scene here. Over here, this is where the Arvada Navy surplus is, right at this corner. This is where Johnny was shopping at the time. Okay? So Troike's truck was right here parked. He came this way. Gordon Beasley was shot here under these trees. Okay? That's when Johnny ran out from here. Troyo came back came back this way in the footage. So the camera is positioned right here on the corner of this building, okay? Right there. Camera's pointing, and it's pointing this way through this alley. Troike goes this way, comes back to his pickup truck to pick up his AR-style weapon, okay? Johnny shows up right behind this wall here, Hurley's shooting position, and then Troike returns and comes back through the alleyway. That is when the video is cut. We do not know what happens after that point. Apparently, this is as per Ford Fisher. He's doing a great job. Ford Fisher, props to you for keeping their toes on the fire, so to speak. He reached out to the DA. He reached out to them, and he stated that they're working on personal privacy issues with the video, so they can't release it just yet. Meanwhile, 3 months ago when we asked for it, they said they couldn't release it because it was under investigation. But now that it's not under investigation, they're saying it's because of personal privacy issues. So that's a whole bit of confusing, conflicting narratives there. Anyways, so Troike's here. Troike's laying down here. Hurley's shooting position is here. But when Hurley is shot, apparently, Hurley's position is over here. And this, Officer Brownlow's shooting position is from this building right here. Okay? So Brownlow's shooting this way, and apparently he shoots Hurley this way. Okay? Johnny shot Troike here, but why did Hurley walk across this way, come over here, to then get shot? I mean, I don't see a reasoning for that. I don't understand it. It does not make sense to me, and I want to see the footage. I want to see the video evidence, because if this is what they're claiming, give me the video evidence and photos or anything you have to back up that claim. Because right now, I think it's a whole load of bullshit. Okay? When John Hurley stepped into view, he stood at the same area the core team had first observed an armed man in black. Johnny Hurley carried a similar rifle as the man in black, as well as an additional handgun. While Hurley's focus was on the rifle, his body faced the square where there were always pedestrians and where Brownlow believed the man in black had been already fired his rifle. At that moment, from the information available to the officer, Brownlow, Johnny Hurley was armed with a powerful rifle and a handgun in a populated area amidst an active shooting. Johnny Hurley looked intent on fixing or loading the rifle. That was a pause in movement gave him an opportunity for law enforcement and the man in black had not. Johnny Hurley was still highly visible with a wall of bricks behind him. If Officer Brownlow engaged before Johnny Hurley had a chance to fix or reload his rifle or turn his attention to the lesser armed Brownlow would fire towards a safe backdrop that would not jeopardize others. Okay? So they're basically saying, with all of this information in mind, with all of this, that's justifiable cause to not prosecute Brownlow. Okay? I say bullshit. I'm not asking him to get life in prison. I'm asking for negligence, unintentional manslaughter, something that needs to be prosecuted against him. He shot an innocent man that saved the town. And yeah, okay, he's not on patrol. Whoop-de-doo, okay? Did he ever get a leave of absence? Is he going to additional psychological training, firearms training? It's such an injustice. It's such an injustice. My man, my good friend, okay? My good friend Johnny, always doing the good things, always happy. Everything is okay. Okay, this is something you would always take to our our activist movements, our protests, because everything is okay, right? I love you, Johnny. It breaks my heart that they're not holding these officers more accountable. Okay, everything is okay, Johnny. You're right. Everything will be okay. This is the last time I saw him. Our last action together. Okay. There's me, that's Johnny, good friend Rob and Turtle. These are the OG boys back in the day. We were fighting the good fight for freedom in We Are Change, Colorado, talking about vaccines and fluoridation of the water and GMO foods and sticking it to Newt Gingrich, sticking it to Al Gore, sticking it to Hickenlooper, and just so much. Going to the DIA and questioning the body scanners. Okay, we did so much good stuff. Okay, and 2 up, 1 down. That's what Johnny's doing right there. 2 up, 1 down, which means peace, baby, peace. But I got protection if I need to, right? 2 up, 1 down. That's what we live by, man. That's what we live by, and it's very tough. It's very tough. But if you guys want to reach out, if you guys are interested in helping, donations, we got stickers. We've got awesome stickers. Let me show you. Let me show you here. We've got fantastic stickers. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a sticker. Actually, let's do this. We'll do this. This is an awesome sticker of Johnny Hurley. Okay. I don't know if it'll focus on it. There we go. Water is life. No DAPL. Johnny Hurley. Awesome stickers that we are that we're handing out, as well as this one here. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of blurry. Hold on. Let me see if it'll focus on it. No masters, no slaves. Johnny Hurley. May his force be with you. Rise in power. Johnny Hurley. So we have these stickers. These stickers are going to be at the Arvada Army Navy surplus. And we're working out donations and how funding from those can go towards our various efforts that we're trying to get going. I mean, I don't want to speak too much about it right now, but we've got an awesome art project that we're working on. We're trying to get that involved, and we're doing foundations for concealed carry, for proper firearms training. We're doing a lot of good things for the community. We're trying to make this into a big movement, hopefully nationwide, because you know what? I know this is about Johnny, but this happens all the time with police covering each other's backs. Excuse me. With police investigating themselves and not finding anything wrong. Okay? Happens everywhere, across the country, across the world. Okay? I want to see these people. If you did an injustice, if you did something wrong, you need to be held accountable. Okay? And it should be done. It should be done as such. I can't stress it enough. We're going to be working on things. But if you guys want to reach out, if you guys are interested in helping, We Are Change Colorado is a page that I myself and others manage on Facebook at We Are Change Colorado. Excuse me. So if you wanna find us and join us here, you can do that. Follow us. We'll be posting more information about all things regarding Johnny. We've got it. He's a backbone member. Okay, and the Friends of Johnny Hurley Foundation. We all going to be working together to get this, to get the community involved, to get Arvada involved, to get everyone involved. If you believe in defending yourself and personal rights, and you know what the biggest thing is this. The biggest danger, and this is what Burnt told me or mentioned, and it just makes perfect sense. This marks a precedent if we as citizens, armed citizens, concealed carry citizens, are equally likely to be treated as mass shooters in situations where we're trying to de-escalate and take out potential dangers. If we are treated as the same kind of character that a mass shooter is, what kind of precedent does that hold? If the police can just without any disregard shoot anyone with a gun, anyone holding a gun in a public area is a target without proper de-escalation tactics, without proper protocol to drop the weapon, stand up, identify yourself, all of these things. Okay, let's put it this way: if a mass shooter was asked those questions, you think he's going to respond, or you think he's going to shoot? Okay. Johnny would have not. Johnny would have listened at that moment. If he heard an officer call out from behind safe cover, Arvada PD, drop your weapon. Arvada PD, put your hands up. If Johnny heard that, what do you think he would have done? Okay? What do you think he would have? He would have been sitting right here next to me and talking about his heroism instead of me demanding justice. Okay? Justice for Johnny Hurley, Heroic Hurley. Get those hashtags trending, folks. Heroic Hurley, Justice for Johnny Hurley. Johnny Hurley was a hero, and I will not stop until everyone knows his name and we all stand with our right to defend ourselves and hold police accountable for their actions. I love you all. Please share this video everywhere you can. As always, fight for freedom.